everybody, this is Ryan. We're going to go over Lean on Me. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. A lot of really great benefits. We've got 10th chords, octave chords, double stops, bass lines, percussive elements. Let's dive right in. So the first half of this riff is kind of the simple one, and then the second half of this riff is kind of the more elaborate one. So to start, we have a C 10th chord. So it's very similar to a C power chord, except you take these two fingers and you move them down a set of strings. First finger, 3rd fret on the A, ring finger, 5th fret on the G, and pinky finger, 5th fret on the B. And all of the other strings should be muted except for those. So after we played this C 10th chord, then we're going to move up 2 frets and make it into a minor shape to play our D minor 10th chord. So we have first finger 5th fret A, ring finger 7th fret on the G, and middle finger 6th fret on the B. We're going to freeze our fingers and move up a whole step to the 7th fret, first finger 7th fret A, ring finger 9th fret G, and middle finger 8th fret on the B. And this is going to be our E minor 10th. Then we're going to move up 1 fret and make it a major 10th chord. So now we have our F 10th. It is first finger 8th fret on the A, ring finger 10th fret on the G, and pinky on the 10th fret of the B. After that, we have a little lick in there. It sounds like this. So the way I like to do that from here is I'll use my pinky because it's the one that's closest to this 10th fret high E. And then I use whatever finger I want for the 8th. I tend to use my first finger for that, but you could certainly do like your middle finger or whatever other finger you want. I recommend probably either of these two. Then we're going to go back to our F 10th chord and just walk down the scale. Back to C. Once we get to C, then we're going to do basically the same thing that we did on the F, except now it's in C. So again, pinky is playing the 5th fret on the high E, and then pointer or middle is playing the 3rd fret on the high E. And then we go back up the scale to the E minor chord. Then we play E minor again. Then we slide down to the D minor. Then we have the bass line. So I like to use my ring finger just because it's a little heavier. You can use your pinky too. And then we're going to go back to the C 10th chord. And now this would be the more advanced version. So we have the C 10th. Then we're going to add the percussive elements. So I like to take my thumb, like I'm giving a thumbs up, and I'm just going to stick it to the high E string to get that percussive sound. One more time. And then I tend to also add a little strum in there. So you can see that what looks like a down arrow is actually an up strum in guitar tablature. It's the same as like violin tab. So like that. And then we walk back up the scale to D minor, E minor, to F. And then we have our double stops. And we have a little grace note. Sounds like this. So what I do is I flatten my ring finger, so that way I'm only barring the B and the high E string, playing it with these two fingers here, and then slide. So you press down as you slide up, and then you can go back down to the 8th fret. So it sounds like this. Slower. One more time. After we do that, then we do our F 10th chord. Then we do our E minor, our D minor, to C. And then we do the same thing on the C as we did on the F. So it looks like this. So 2 more times. one more time. Then we go back to C, and then walk up the scale to E minor. And then we go down to what would be the B diminished. And then we go to the C. End it with the bass line. So let's take all of this and go like super snail speed slow, not exactly in time. Let's just try to work through all 8 of these bars together. So let's start with the C. Then we go up to the D minor, the E minor, the F, and then the 10-8, pinky, whatever finger you want. Then we do the F, E minor, D minor, to C, 5-3, pinky, whatever other finger you want. Then we do C, D minor, E minor, E minor again, then D minor, then the bass line, 3-5-3. Then we play our C. Take our thumb, stick it to the low E, up strum, and then do the C again. Then move up to D minor, move up to E minor, move up to F, our double stops, bar these 8th frets, and then slide up to 10, and then back down to 8. Then do the F 10th chord, E minor 10th, D minor 10th, to C. Then bar these bottom 3 frets here, slide up to 5, and then back down to 3. And then play C to D minor, to E minor, to B diminished, and then C. Finally, play the bass line one more time. Hey everybody, Editing Ryan here. Real quick, when you get to this part in the riff, you don't have to play that part if you don't want to. That's just a nice ornament to add, but it's not necessary. Same thing with that part. You don't have to play that part either to play the riff. You can play it just like this. And people will still know what riff you're playing. So this is the tutorial video for Lean On Me, and I will see y'all in the practice video.